Hello, hi, welcome to this week's True Crime live stream, well, True Crime News live stream. If you're new here, hi, I'm FEARSONA, you can call me Sona, and I'm your friendly neighborhood True Crime VTuber, here to give you more doubt in humanity, because a lot of things happened over the past few weeks on the news. The news have been reporting it, news media have been reporting on it, and yeah, I'm losing faith. I'm losing faith in humanity. Also, please be advised, some of the articles do have descriptions of violence, strong language, descriptions of, yeah, again, like, very sensitive content. So if you are not great with that kind of content, I advise you to click away from this stream. But hello, hi, how are you guys doing? I can see a lot of my channel members and Patreon members. Demon Taker, DMJ2004, Renfield 97, hi. It's like a Trebo, hi, hello, welcome. Undead Rabbit, welcome. Eric Verastigi, Brian Garza, Fabian Barchard, hi. Faye Alexis, hello. And oh my god, Computer Fish. Oh, I could read it. Nice. But nice username. Daniel Dutton. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, but Daniel Dutton Finch. Hello. Hi. Welcome. And Greeny Plays. After like 5 hours of watching. Okay, great. I finally watched YouTube. Awesome. Good for you. Ashlyn, welcome. Hello, Sona. How are you doing? I'm doing great, even though you know, humanity is disappointing me every day. So much. Let's get to it. The John Active, hello. Anthony, hi. Oh, it's been a hot minute. But hello, welcome back. Vincent Tempest, good evening. Good evening, hello. Good evening to you too. Okay, so guys, the first oh my god. The first article I'm gonna, like, basically what I'm doing, like what I usually do in these types of stream, like this type of streams, so the True Crime News streams, I just go over some articles, I give my, you know, my opinion, but I mainly like also read the articles just to let you guys know what happened this month and how fucked up, you know, the world is getting. Yeah, I'm gonna try to buy a sword tomorrow. What? Oh my god. This escalated quickly. And Tyron, thank you so much for modding the stream. And Ashlyn, it's been a long time since I was in your stream. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad. I hope you're gonna enjoy this one, even though, you know, it's probably gonna like make you doubt the human race, humanity, everyone in this world. I don't know. Okay. So the first article is about this Chinese influencer who died after live streaming himself drinking bottles of Chinese spirit baijiu. And yeah, please drink responsibly. This is like a disclaimer at the very beginning. Drink responsibly. Do not, I don't know, don't join like dangerous trends online, because this was part of a dare or like some kind of trend on TikTok. There are some very dangerous trends on TikTok. Don't do this, and yeah, you're gonna be fine. A social media influencer died soon after live streaming himself drinking several bottles of strong alcohol on China's version of TikTok. State-run media in the country are reporting, in a development likely to renew debate about how to regulate the industry. So the influencer Santian Ge, I think, I'm sorry. I'm trying to pronounce it correctly, but I think it's Santian Ge. So Brother 3000 was found dead just hours after broadcasting himself taking part in a competition with a fellow influencer which involved drinking baijiu, a Chinese spirit with a typical alcohol content of between 30% to 60%. And from what I hear, it's actually like, usually it's 60, like closer to 60%. So it's pretty like likely that he drank the strongest one. And it was, yeah, it was not good. Like, it went badly, so he died of alcohol poisoning, basically. One of his friends told the outlet that Sang Ge, identified by his real surname of Wang, had taken part in an online challenge known as PK. I don't know what PK stands for, but apparently this was the challenge against another influencer in the early hours of May 16th and live streamed the results of his Douyin channel, on his Douyin channel. PK challenges involve one-on-one battles in which influencers compete with each other to win rewards and gifts from viewers, and often involve punishments for the loser. I am never gonna do this, by the way. Like, yes, I do have punishment, you know, like obviously different punishments on my channel whenever I stream something like, I don't know, a game or, you know, or I watch some scary videos, but like, this is as far as it goes. Like, I'm never gonna do a dangerous challenge or dangerous punishment. One of the most popular of those tools is battles. What? Battles referred to as PK or, oh, player knockout in China. Oh, I see. Because I didn't know what PK stands for. But thanks. So one-on-one battles in which influencers compete with each other to win rewards and gifts from viewers, and often involve punishments for the loser. Apparently, in this case, drinking baijiu. Quote, I don't know how much he had consumed before I tuned in, but in the latter part of the video, I saw him finish 3 bottles, before starting on a 4th. End quote. The friend, identified only as Zhao, told Shangniu News. I apologize for my pronunciation. I'm trying my best. Okay, so he drank 3 bottles, possibly 4, and then, quote, the PK games ended at around 1 a.m. and by 1 p.m., when his family found him, he was gone, and he added. Yeah, Wang, described as a decent and straightforward person by Zhao, had a history of filming himself taking part in similar contests involving alcohol and posting them on the app. Just, yeah, again, drink responsibly, don't do stupid challenges on TikTok. Yeah, like there are some silly challenges, but like just have some common sense. Don't do something very dangerous, because I get it. Like, I don't know, like I'm gonna sound like super old, but younger people do feel invincible, and you do feel that nothing's ever gonna happen to you, and you have your whole life ahead of yourself. But honestly, if you do this shit, like there's, you know, you're putting yourself at a risk. It definitely sucks that he died in general. Yeah, like absolutely. Like that's, you know, I'm not saying that it's not a loss. It is, and you know, like it's very unfortunate. I'm pretty sure, you know, like the family, like his friends are reporting that he was a very decent guy. He was, you know, a good person. And unfortunately, it was just this one very unfortunate accident, and it just takes one to, you know, to just seriously put yourself in danger, and yeah, possibly lose a life. Goofy death for a goofy challenge. Yeah, like it's just, you know, just think. I get it. Like everyone wants to these days. Everyone wants to go viral on social media, but at what cost? Like I wouldn't do this. Like it's just straight away. If you know that the punishment is drinking like something so strong, so loaded with alcohol, like with this high of a alcohol content, then yeah, don't. It's a very easy way to give yourself alcohol poisoning, and yeah, unfortunately, and harming yourself. I guess I really do lack empathy. Oh, come on. Like, I'm pretty sure you don't. I'm pretty sure you do have some empathy, but yeah, it's hard. I get it. It's hard to kind of not think like, oh my god, this was incredibly stupid, because it was. And yeah, I just feel sorry for his family, because they absolutely did not expect this, and you know, it was just a normal day, and then they find him gone, you know, at his apartment. Wait, Satri by you, I think. Hey, FEARSONA, can I ask you something? You can ask me something. I can't promise that I'm gonna answer if it's a personal question or something that I don't want to answer, but ask away. Adults, don't drink alcohol. Kids, don't drink alcohol. Kids, also adults, drinks like 10th beer. Oh my god. Yeah, like See, it's fine. Like, if you know how much you can handle, and if you know your own limits, I'm pretty sure you can still drink, but responsibly. But yeah, this was not drinking responsibly. In my country, Indonesia has a lot of crime and terrible news. Well, I mean, I'm sorry to hear that, because yeah, in Poland it's not much better. Everywhere, they're all reporting on terrible stuff. And which, by the way, is gonna wait. Okay. So this was the incident that kind of, sparked another debate on the regulation of the streaming or like social media industry, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry, because influencers do compete, with each other, sometimes to an extreme. And they try to, like here it says that, influencers with entrepreneurial spirit compete to sell their products in real time on social media platforms. Wang's death is likely to add to a debate surrounding the regulation of the industry, as I said, which has attracted attention from authorities in recent years due to the lavish lifestyles of some streamers and the offbeat challenges they take part in. Last year, the country's broadcasting authorities banned youngsters from under the age of 16 from tipping streamers and restricted their access after 10 p.m. So, like, literally, you cannot, if you're 16 or younger, well, if you're younger than 16, you're not allowed to use social media basically after 10 p.m. Like, this is your limit, and it's locked. China's National Video and Television Administration and the Ministry of Culture and Tourism have also moved to ban 31 misbehaviors by live streamers. Among those misbehaviors are encouraging users to interact in vulgar ways, or enticing fans to attack with rumors, end quote, according to the state media outlet Global Times. I mean, I don't know about the time kind of limit, like restriction on young people, straight up just banning them from using the app after a certain time, because they're gonna use it anyway during other times, and just because it's 10 p.m. doesn't mean they don't, I mean, I don't know, just because it's not 10 p.m. and they still have access doesn't mean that they don't look up harmful stuff. But yeah, I don't know if this makes sense. But yeah, it is a debate, there's a lot of weird and dangerous challenges out there. I've seen a couple. And terrible mixed cocktail that enough to kill you and cheap price. Oh, that's true. Like anything, like any alcohol is, it's possible that it's gonna harm you when in excess, drank in excess, consumed. What did I appear to miss? Well, one article for now. Honestly, never gonna drink alcohol, or at least try not to. If someone gives me a beer, I'm chucking it. What? No, listen, okay. It's if you're an adult, obviously, legally allowed to drink. It's okay if you enjoy a glass of wine once in a while. It's okay if you enjoy a night out with drinks once in a while, as long as you know your limits and as long as you are drinking responsibly and not, and you know when to stop, and, you're not gonna, well, the worst can happen. Well, I mean, not the worst can happen, but if you're drinking responsibly, then the worst that can happen is you having a hangover and, feeling sick the next day, feeling like shit the next day, which is also not nice, and, I don't recommend. So I have a game request. Well, you can put it on Discord, or you can put it in the comments under this video later. Let's stay on topic. Remember to read the rules of my stream chat and follow the rules. Geez, people drinking themselves till they black out for a challenge. I don't know what to think about that. Well, I mean, yes, I get it. It's a very, it's a very, I don't know, shocking kind of challenge, or clickbaity challenge, but yeah, it's not the best idea. If you are in your late 20s or older, then you are okay. Well, I mean, yeah, it's just a hangover. If you're drinking responsibly, it's the worst that can happen is the hangover. But still, it's not very comfortable. do not recommend. I recommend drinking until like you're, you know, drinking in a way that just leaves you, you know, happy, tipsy, whatever, but not, you know, you know that you're not gonna feel like shit the next morning. I'm drinking while watching this stream. I don't blame you, just drink responsibly. Okay, and then remember where people were eating cinnamon? Oh Jesus, yeah, I remember that. That was also a very bad trend. Like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure like some people, I don't know if someone died back then, but you know, when this was a thing, I'm pretty sure a couple of people ended in the hospital because, you know, obviously cinnamon, very, very bad. And like people were like kind of literally, I don't know, loading their mouth with it and trying to eat it. Oh, it's terrible. Why? Who comes up with this shit? Okay. I'm late, Gilver. How could you be late? Cinnamon, what's that? It's kind of a spicy spice. Well, I mean, yeah, it's often added to desserts, but it is pretty spicy when eaten alone. Thank God I only drink once. Yeah, just, you know, just limit yourself to what you feel comfortable with and what you know you can consume, and just don't overdo it. I only need to have one beer and I'll get a hangover. It's madness. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise, you know, like that, you know, that, okay, I don't handle alcohol well. I'm not gonna drink it, or I'm gonna, you know, maybe drink like just a little bit, and so that I can avoid these kind of this, you know, this reaction. Perhaps it's a blessing in disguise. Okay. The next piece of news that I have for you is actually from South Korea, because there was this, I think it was trending on Twitter from as far as I saw, but a man who terrified passengers by opening aircraft door mid-air wanted to get off quickly. Yes, you heard it right. This passenger was sitting in that, you know those emergency exit seats that you have. If you get that one, like if you get that seat, like you have some additional space for your legs, yes. But then also it comes with sitting by the emergency door. And usually the flight attendants at the beginning of before takeoff, like they instruct you on how, you know, like, in what situation you're supposed to open the door and how you're supposed to open them, and you take responsibility, right? Like if something goes wrong, like if you don't open them, or if you know, make it difficult, you know, to open the emergency door and help the passengers exit the plane, then you're gonna be held responsible. And also, if you open the door before the fucking airplane lands, you're also gonna be held responsible. And yes, this guy, how can they open the door in the air? Yeah, because it's possible. It is possible, even though I don't know. It's possible to open the door mid-air because it is emergency door, but he just did it because he wanted to get off the plane early, even though the plane was still flying. So a man who opened the emergency door for an Asiana Airlines plane just before landing on Friday afternoon told police that he felt suffocated and wanted to get off the plane quickly. Possibly he had some kind of, I wouldn't say panic attack, but I think he might have had some episode, some kind of reaction, like some form of anxiety or panic attack, and he just felt that he needed air, he wanted to open the door, he wanted to, you know, he was just like in confined space, and possibly, I don't know. So the door of the jet opened as it was coming to land in Daegu, South Korea, and leaving wind whipping through the plane's cabin as terrified passengers gripped their armrests. I would shit my pants. I'm sorry. I would piss myself. Gripped their armrests. Video of the incident shows. An airline official said a man in his 30s. Oh my god, in his 30s, dude. Okay, how do you not have the intelligence to I don't know, to know that, hey, maybe I shouldn't be opening this door mid-air when we're like flying with, you know, very fast. So a man in his 30s who was sitting at the emergency seat seemed to have opened the door when the aircraft was about 700 feet, 213 meters above the ground, and about 2 to 3 minutes from landing in the city 150 miles south of Seoul. So they were 2 or 3 minutes from landing, and he just thinks, you know what, none of that, I'm getting off right now. Even though if he did, he would have died because it's still 200 meters above the ground. You would die at a high speed. However, company officials told CNN the plane had landed safely. So that's actually good. You know, like at least, you know, yes, it was a terrible situation, but at least the plane, I'm glad that the plane landed safely. No one was hurt or seriously hurt. I think some people were taken to the hospital with injuries from like hyperventilation or some, you know, not like injuries, but like, yeah, hyperventilation and yeah, just terrible. People feeling weak because obviously this was a shock. Did the man die? No, he didn't. He was arrested. Okay, so local police said the man had been arrested at Daegu airport on Friday in connection with the incident. He told them he had been under a lot of stress after losing his job recently, which is very unfortunate, but not the reason to kind of endanger other people, and had felt suffocated and wanted to get off the plane quickly. Yonhap News agency reported. South Korea's Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport said in a statement Friday that police and the ministry were investigating an individual over violation of aviation law. Yeah, very irresponsible. Any person who contravenes the Aviation Security Act, yes, good job, Sana, with reading this article, which includes passengers operating doors, exits, or equipment inside an aircraft, could be prosecuted and sentenced to up to 10 years in prison, the statement said. Yes, like they always tell you, like last time when I was coming back from Poland to Taiwan, like I was actually sitting at the emergency exit. Yes, the flight attendant, obviously they instructed me on like how to operate the exit and told me about any consequences if I mishandle the said exit. So they told me like, hey, don't open this door when we're flying because you're gonna go to prison. And I'm like, okay, I guess that makes sense. My guess is that the guy was trying to maybe unalive himself after losing his job. Possibly, as I said, like I think he was under a lot of stress. I think he panicked and he just felt the need to open the door for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what his motivation was like exactly, if he wanted to actually, you know, take his own life or not. But it's kind of a terrible way because you are putting others at danger, very at a risk of also like being yeeted out of the plane because the pressure is, you know, like falling. I don't know, like this the wind, like it's just sucking it out of the plane. And yeah, and thank God that people had like seatbelts on because otherwise I don't know how it would have gone. Sometimes people just do irrational things. Yeah, like under stress. I guess under stress they do irrational things, but still terrible. The pressure can be deafening. Yeah, I'm gonna play this video because it was, I think I can find the exact moment where he's like, let's see this one. I think you guys can hear it. Yeah, it's terrible.
So you can see the air coming in there. It happened in South Korea. The Asiana Airlines plane was just about 3 minutes from landing. It was some 700 feet in the air when that door was opened. An official telling CNN a man in his 30s who was sitting at the emergency exit appeared to open the door. The plane did land at the airport. This was southeast of Seoul.
Yeah, but very loud. Damn, that's scary. Yeah, like, and imagine like the person who's sitting next to him. Like, what the heck were you doing? Like, also, like, am I gonna die? Terrible. Okay, so the ministry also said that it had dispatched an aviation safety supervisor to the site to check whether there was an abnormality in aircraft maintenance. A total of 200 people were on board, including 194 passengers, according to Asiana Airlines. According to the Daegu Fire Department, 12 people suffered minor injuries from hyperventilation and 9 of them have been sent to a hospital in Daegu. The aircraft was identified on the Flight Radar 24 tracking website as an Airbus 321. Yes, 321. And then the jet was on a flight from Jeju Island off South Korea's southern coast to Daegu.
Aviation expert Geoffrey Thomas of Airline Ratings described the incident as very bizarre. Yeah, very bizarre. Because I don't know how... Again, this guy probably panicked, but I don't know what his thinking process was. Like, what? I'm gonna open this emergency door and I can totally get off this plane. If that opened at middle of flying at minimum height, bye-bye. Yeah, like, it would be terrible. Like, thank God that it was, like, right before the landing, because the speed is much lower than, you know, mid-air when you're still flying. Like, then it's, like, much faster. And I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of people, it wouldn't have not ended that, you know, well. It would have not ended with people just, like, having minor injuries. Okay, so technically it's not possible to open those doors in flight. Yeah, but it's like, I think he might be referring to like mid-flight, like normal flight. Okay, so Thomas noted that the landing speed of A321 is about 150 knots or 172 miles per hour, meaning winds of that speed are passing the aircraft. The door behind the wing of the aircraft opened into that airstream, he said. It seems implausible that the door could be opened in the first place, and then against the airstream technically impossible, but somehow or another it has happened. So it is it is possible. Like, there's always a possibility. That's what the flight attendants also warned me about when I was sitting at the emergency exit. Like, please don't try to open the door during the flight, because you never know. It may or may not open. Sometimes it doesn't, because, like, I mean, generally speaking, it shouldn't be able, like, you shouldn't be able to open it mid-flight. But as we can see, like, it happens. Okay, so Asiana Airlines told CNN, quote, "The airplane is automatically set to adjust the pressure of the cabin according to the altitude of the aircraft. When the aircraft is high up in the air, it is impossible to open the door, but when the altitude is low and close to landing, the door can be opened." So that's, yeah, that was my point. Like, because they were, like, so low, they were about to land, it was different. Like, the speed was lower, and also the pressure. Like, the pressure was, you know, adjusted to the altitude. I don't know, man. Why? Just why? Just don't do that. Okay. And let me just change something. What is wrong with these people? I don't know. This is the question, you know. I ask myself that question every day. What is wrong with people these days? I sound old, but what is wrong with people? Why do they do this shit? There was, like, another case. I don't remember. Did I cover it? I probably covered it. Oh no, I did cover it on Patreon. So I was talking about this other case that happened also this year. I think it was happening around like between January and April. I think I covered it in April, but it was happening like in January or something. It was I don't remember, honestly, because it was just, like, weird. So it was the case of sushi terror, and basically what happened was, like, that was happening in Japan, in, like, sushi restaurant chains, like the ones that are kaiten sushi, so the food conveyor sushi, so the carousel, basically, that is, you know what I'm talking about, like the carousel that is bringing you the plates, right? Like with sushi. So basically some stupid kids and stupid people, they were just filming for social media, but they would just, like, lick the sushi thing. Like, they would lick their fingers and, like, put it, like, all over, I don't know, pat it all over the plates that were not theirs. Like, they were still going, like, other clients' sushi plates, and they would, like, either lick it and put it back on the plate, or they would drink straight from like soy sauce bottle, which unhygienic, but also that shit is salty as fuck. Like, it's salty. It's so salty. It's like salt on salt. Super salty. I don't know how this person did not get sick, because they were licking the bottle and drinking straight from the bottle, like the soy sauce, which, I mean, I don't know, good luck, basically. But yeah, they were, like, you know, very, very unsanitary, very, like, just gross. And yeah, they were licking sushi, they were licking the bottles, they were licking utensils, they were licking, like, you know, cups that are there for clients to get, like, water or tea. And what did I miss? Yeah. So that stream, I did it on Patreon, and people, like, when I did it on Patreon, everyone there was just like, Sona, what the fuck? Why? What is this case? Yeah, but they were arrested eventually. Like, they were like some stupid kids. I think like that's the thing. There were like 3 people. I think in the biggest incident, there were 3 people, and 2 were kids, kind of like one girl was like 15 years old, one person was 18 years old, and one guy was like 20 something years old. And I'm like, dude, you're an adult. You're supposed to be responsible. They were like 24, I think. I'm not sure. I don't want to lie, but I think like 20 something years old. So this dude, like, there were 2 men, so 20 something year old guy, and then 18-year-old guy, and then like a girl who was 15 or 16. I don't remember. And then yeah, the 3 of them were just like fooling around, shooting like just recording videos for social media, and of themselves just doing this shit. And a minor, yeah. So in Japan, you are legally an adult at 20. Or actually, no, it used to be at 20. Now I think they lowered it to 18. I'm not sure. Wait, Japan legal age. I think. Yeah. Okay. So now it was just a couple of years ago, but they changed it to 18 or 19. But it used to be 20 years old. Yeah. So like. It used to be 20, now it's 18 or 19. So at least 2 of them were like adults. And yeah, I don't fucking know. Yeah, wait. Yeah, the father of the boy has to make sure his kid to be more sorry. Yeah, like they were, I'm sorry, but they were not sorry. Like this guy, I remember like one of the people involved, like one of the 3, they were, like, they recorded a video with like a video apology, and it was absolutely not genuine. He was just like, oh, I didn't know, or like, oh, I know I'm irresponsible, I'm sorry. I don't know, like they said something about not knowing. I'm like, how do you not know? This is not okay. That's someone else's food. Like, that's straight up, you know, like it's not, I don't know, what is it? It's not like quantum physics. Phantom physics. It's not quantum physics. Like you cannot, yeah, like, you know, this is a very straightforward thing to understand. Like, yeah, don't lick someone else's food. That's it. Yeah, terrible. Lilith Abyss. Sorry I'm late, everyone. I was hanging out with my family. No worries, but you're here. Each spoils it for the rest of the never remember the what? They should be given jail time for stuff that could cause others to get sick. I think at least the 20-something-year-old did get some sentence. I don't know if they got like sentence, like suspended, like prison sentence, but suspended or something. But yeah, like there was like the charges were, you know, like he was charged with like, whatever, like the vandalism or something. But yeah, like his court case is probably ongoing, or I don't know if it's already done, because I wasn't checking on the updates. But yeah, don't do that. Don't lick someone else's food, especially when it's in a restaurant. Also, this actually caused the restaurants like Sushiro and, well, I mean, in Japan at least, Sushiro and I think Kurazushi to like stop the food conveyor belt. So the carousel, to just stop using it for a while. I don't know if they are stopping, like they stopped using it forever. At least Kurazushi, I think they released a policy that said like, oh yeah, we're actually gonna stop using this belt, and instead it's just gonna be order based or something. Which kind of, it's a shame, because, you know, like that's the beauty of it. That's why people come there, because it's like, oh, I can just grab it off the carousel, and it's so fun and it's so new. Or at least, like, you know, for people who are coming to Japan or have never been in that kind of restaurant, this is like the attraction, right? But I know that Kurazushi, for a while, they stopped it because of that incident. And then other chain restaurants like Sushiro, I think they also paused it. I don't know if it was permanent. You mess with my food, I will bloody bury you. Yeah, this just proves that we can't have nice things. That's it.
Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to talk about was the case of Natalie Holloway, and that was a pretty bad one, so viewer discretion is advised. Well, I mean, yeah, it's pretty disturbing, so, you know, viewer discretion is advised. If you don't want to listen about this case, click away. So it's gonna be on May 30th. It's gonna be 18 years since American teenager Natalie Holloway vanished during a high school graduation trip to Aruba. She was actually last seen with 3 men. She left a bar with 3 men, 2 brothers and 1 other guy, Jordan van der Sloot, and she was never seen again. And honestly, I read about this case. I'm gonna go over the timeline here. This is like the article with the complete timeline. And it was a mess. And I don't know how it happened. I don't know why certain steps were taken, or like, I don't know. It was so weird. Like the law enforcement, or okay. You know, what? Wait, because I forgot what I was going to say. Not law enforcement, but like the justice system. I don't know how it works in Aruba, but it was such a mess. So again, like I said, as I said, like it was May 30th, 2005, so 18 years ago. Natalie Holloway, 18, of suburban Birmingham, Alabama, is seen leaving a bar with 3 young men, 2 brothers and Jordan van der Sloot, then 17. Then on June, and then she disappears. So no one can find her. They are searching. June 9th, 2005, van der Sloot and brothers Satish and Deepak Kalpoe are arrested in Aruba in connection with Holloway's disappearance. Then June 23rd, 2005, van der Sloot's father is actually a judge, and this judge is also arrested. So van der Sloot, Jordan's father, is arrested. June 26, 2005, a judge orders the release of van der Sloot's father after finding, quote, no sufficient suspicion of guilt, end quote, his attorney said. So the father is released. In July, the brothers, so the Kalpoe brothers, are released. Then in August 2005, with Jordan van der Sloot still in custody, the Kalpoes are rearrested, so they get them arrested again in Aruba on suspicion they acted, quote, together with other people, end quote, in raping and killing Holloway, the prosecutor's office says, without elaborating on the evidence. Defense attorneys maintain the 3 are innocent. And then in September, van der Sloot and Kalpoe brothers are again released. So the brothers were released twice by now. Jordan, it's the first time that he's released. Then we jump to November 2007. Van der Sloot at school in the Netherlands and the Kalpoe brothers in Aruba are rearrested again. So this is the 2nd time for Jordan, the 3rd time for the Kalpoe brothers. So they are rearrested again and charged based on new evidence for, quote, involvement in the voluntary manslaughter of Natalie Holloway or causing serious bodily harm to Natalie Holloway, resulting in her death, end quote. Mind you, they haven't found the body. They don't know if she's actually, if she's actually dead or if something else happened to, if she was human trafficked. They don't know. They don't know where she is. But they, they charged them with the manslaughter, and that's the 3rd time they are arrested. Okay, and then we jump to December 2007. The Kalpoe brothers are released again, so that's the 4th time they are released. Am I correct? Or wait, rearrested. I don't know, like 3rd or 4th time that they are released, which cool, great. And so they are released. Prosecutors cite the judge's reasoning a day earlier that I don't know what is this like cat and mouse. They're like, oh yeah, let's arrest them. You know what? It's fine. They're innocent. Let's release them. Oh no, wait, we made a mistake. Let's rearrest them again. Actually, never mind. Let's release them again and rearrest again, and just let's go back and forth because everyone has time for this. So prosecutors cite the judge's reasoning a day earlier that while, quote, the new evidence together with the existing evidence in this case produced serious grounds for the suspicion of some kind of aiding
and abetting of covering up the traces of a crime committed or of the disposing of a corpse, end quote. People accused of those crimes do not qualify for pretrial detention under Aruban law. What is happening in Aruba? What is this law? Why are you arresting people a couple of times on the same charges or like similar charges, and you're like, you're not sure they're supposed to be held in just hold them in custody or don't, and just, you know, yeah, charge them, let's get to the trial, don't hold them in custody, or I don't know. Make up your mind. Why? Wait, because this is not the end. So this is only 2007. Then on December 7th, 2007, an Aruban judge orders van der Sloot's release. So Jordan is released again, pending any potential trial, with a prosecutor saying that the judge cited a lack of evidence that Holloway died from a violent crime or that van der Sloot was involved in such a crime. And this is Jordan when he was 17, so at the time, in 2007. Oh, actually, he was 19 here. So then December 18th, so that's 11 days later, charges are dropped against all three men for lack of sufficient evidence, prosecutors say. And then 2010, oh, get this, we jump to 2010, that's between March and May. Van der Sloot offers to tell Holloway's mother, so Natalie's mother, Beth Holloway, where her daughter's body is and their circumstance. So he was cleared. He was cleared, like, oh, they are innocent, the charges are dropped. And then in 2010, he contacts Natalie's mom and tells her that, oh, I'm gonna tell you where your daughter's body is and how she died if you wire me $25,000 upfront and later $225,000 later. A federal grand jury indictment later alleges. So he was trying to extort money from Natalie's mom. He was saying like, oh, I know where your I know where your daughter is. I know how she died. I'm gonna tell you, but pay up first. Pay me thousands upon thousands of dollars. 6 years later, yeah, literally 6 years later, he's just like, oh, you know what? I can get money out of this. And that's probably because the case of Natalie was pretty loud. All those years, you know, people were intrigued. People were trying to figure out what happened. You know, there was like still a search. There was still investigation. So he thought, okay, I can maybe get some money out of it. Even though suspicious, you get cleared out of, you know, like the charges are dropped. You're released. You were like the prime suspect in this case, and then you do this shit, the weird stuff. I don't know. Very suspicious. So on May 10th, 2010, Holloway wires $15,000 to a bank account of Van der Sloot's in the Netherlands, and through an attorney gives him $10,000 in person, so $25,000 as promised. Van der Sloot shows the attorney John Kelly a location where he says, you know, the body is hidden, the remains are hidden, but the information is false. So he didn't actually know where or this was just a lie, like, you know, he does know, but he told them the wrong location. And then May 30th, 2010, Van der Sloot kills Stephanie Flores. So he actually kills another person, 21-year-old Stephanie Flores, in his Lima hotel room after, get this, after she finds something related to Natalie Holloway's case on his computer during a visit. So this girl finds something suspicious on Jordan's computer, and then he murders her. I don't know, like, yeah. After all those years, there's something, after the charges were dropped, suddenly he has something suspicious on his computer about Natalie, and then this girl, you know, Stephanie Flores, dies. It was 5 years to the day after Holloway was last seen. Oh, it's also additionally, like, terrible because it was the 5th anniversary of Natalie's disappearance. It was May 30th, the same day. Van der Sloot takes money and bank cards from Flores's wallet and flees to Chile. Police say. So this was in Lima. He escapes to Chile. It's great. This is going absolutely awesome. Then in June, so a couple of days later, Van der Sloot is arrested in Chile, where officials will send him back to Peru, Interpol confirms. And then on June 30th, so at the end of the month, the same month, 2010, a federal grand jury in Alabama indicts Vandersloot on charges of extortion and wire fraud over the claims related to Beth Holloway and the location of her daughter's remains. Oh my god. Okay, so in 2012, that's January, he pleads guilty to the charges against him in Flores' killing, including qualified murder and simple robbery, and says he's, quote, really sorry for what happened, end quote. Highly doubted, but okay. So in 2012, like, he pleads guilty. Okay, and then same year in January, he is sentenced, just a couple of days later, he is sentenced to 28 years in prison in Peru for Flores's, or sorry, for, in Peru, for Flores's murder. So when he, you know, like, obviously for like killing Stephanie Flores, he gets 28 years. And then in 2014, there are talks between Peru and the United States to extradite Jordan Vandersloot to the US to face the charges for extortion and wire fraud against, like, Beth Holloway. But first, okay, so when they do that, they actually promise Peru, like, the government in Peru promises to extradite him to the US after his sentence for the murder of Stephanie Flores, which would be 28 years. And he was like, or at least he is eligible for release in 2038, but they said, like, basically, okay, let him serve his sentence, so 28 years, and then we're gonna extradite him. But then just recently, May 10th, so this month, Peru changes course, so they change their minds and agrees to extradite Vandersloot to the United States right away to face the extortion and wire fraud charges. He would be returned to Peru after legal proceedings against him conclude in the United States, Peru's judiciary said. As for now, I think it's still, like, in talks. The US side did not confirm if he had already been extradited to the US, or if, you know, if they change their minds and it's gonna be extended in time. May 11th, 2023, Vandersloot will appeal Peru's extradition decision. I don't know what was the result because I didn't see updates, but yeah, so he was going to appeal, and it's just, oh my god, this case, like, I didn't go, like, see, I didn't even have to go that super deep into this case, like in the case of Natalee Holloway, but Jesus, like, from even, like, reading this, like, short summary of the timeline and, like, what was happening, how many times they got released, how many times they got arrested, how charges were dropped, and then how it, like, just kind of came to a head with this guy just murdering someone else. I'm sorry, but this is it's very suspicious. If he was capable, I don't know, super suspicious. Like, how, if he was, first of all, he was, like, extorting money from the mother, from the parent of the missing girl, and then he killed someone for finding something on said missing girl on his computer. I don't know. I mean, it is very suspicious to me. So we'll see. It might be just a, you know, kind of like an excuse to extort him, like to not extort him, to extradite him for extortion. But then they might, hopefully, honestly, hopefully they're gonna investigate deeper, and he might get actually, like, charged with Natalee's disappearance. It's like the popular kid at school and their parents are the principal. Yeah, like, because his dad is a judge. So, I mean, I'm not surprised that he got released so many times and, like, somehow the charges were dropped in Aruba. Because if his father is a judge, then wink wink. It's a shame this is such a dark case because the name Vandersloot is such a dumb and funny name. It's kind of a weird name. Yeah, like, it's, I don't know, Vandersloot. First time I'm hearing this kind of name. Sure. Alright, I was planning on lurking, but now I'm mad. How can he get away with this? I don't know. I'm honestly hoping that because, well, I mean, luckily he did at least, you know, at least we know that he's not going to get out anytime soon because of his sentence for Stephanie Flores' murder. So he at least is in jail for the next 28 years. We'll see how it goes in the US. If they do extradite him, I'm kind of hoping, I don't know how it works, but I'm kind of hoping that they will also, like, add charges for Natalee's disappearance. somehow. Maybe they do, they're not saying something, but maybe they do have some additional evidence. I mean, we can only hope. We'll see how, you know, how that goes. Man, what is happening? Essays can wait. Oh no. Shy, it's okay. Do your essays too. It's like that guy is a horrible monster in so many ways that makes you want to hunt him down. See, well, he definitely made some poor decisions, and well, I mean, obviously, we don't know if he was or wasn't involved in Natalie's disappearance, but it just doesn't look good for him. His behavior is just not good. Obviously, and the fact that he murdered someone else, he murdered another girl for, you know, whatever, like not stupid reason, but like finding some. I mean, yeah, like then it's very suspicious, because if she found something on Natalie, then that means that he was nervous enough, he was panicked enough to, you know, to take someone's life, and it's not looking good for him. And hopefully, you know, hopefully they did find some evidence. Hopefully they do charge him also with Natalie, or at least like they investigated more and get to the truth. That's crazy. That's actually messed up. Yep, it is it's super messed up. And as I said, like, I didn't go deep into this case because I wasn't preparing it for like a full-on live stream. I don't know, we'll see, because you know, I'm kind of waiting for the update on whether or not he was extradited to the US and how it goes. So I'm gonna be just checking updates, because that's pretty terrible. And you guys stay safe out there, because see, like, Natalie was on a trip, school trip to Aruba, and yeah, like, just please stay safe on those trips, because I get it, like, you know, it's in a different country, you know, like, it's because I think the legal age in US to like be able to drink is like 21, if I remember correctly, and that's not the case for other countries. Sometimes it's 18. So if, you know, like, she was 18, she went to another country, so she went to Aruba, and yeah, like, you know, it's understandable. You wanna party, you know, it's a school trip, you wanna have fun, but it just ended badly. So you guys just, you know, be responsible and stay safe. Okay, so that's one. And I don't know if you guys remember this case of Gabby Petito that I covered. This was happening in 2021. It was pretty famous. It just kind of hit the world, and it was trending everywhere because it was like this manhunt, and also the disappearance of Gabby Petito. She was this girl from the States, and she disappeared in September 2021 while on a trip with her fiance Brian Laundrie. And that's the thing. So what it was that Gabby started a YouTube channel where she was going to kind of show her life, like traveling in a van with her fiance Brian. And she was super excited, you know, like, she wanted to actually like try it out and like treat it seriously as you know, as her goal. Like, okay, start this channel, the travel channel, travel around the US in a van, and just like kind of show her life with Brian. And then in September they traveled across the US. I think originally they were from Florida, but then traveled to Wyoming, I believe. And then suddenly she, like, in August, I think around August 2021, there was like no news. That the family couldn't contact her suddenly, like at the end of August. So family can't contact her. She's not responding to any of the messages, calls, or anything. And then in early September, Gabby's family discovers that Brian, so her fiance, he came back home. He's been home for like a week or two. He did not tell anyone, and he didn't come back with Gabby. So he came back alone suddenly in their van, by the way. So, you know, that was also very suspicious. And so later, Gabby's body was found in a national park, I believe, in Wyoming. And yes, she was murdered. This was there was foul play involved, and obviously all suspicions fell on Brian, because he was, you know, his behavior was very weird. They had some kind of altercation. It just came out that they did have some argument before, like days before, or the day before, or like a couple of days before she disappeared. And it was, they were pulled over by a police officer, and, you know, there was interview with the police officer, and the body cam footage shows that, oh, they had some argument and Gabby was not happy, and he was like, apparently like he was screaming at her or something, like, you know, she said like, oh, he doesn't support her and he gets mad at her often, and then somehow they were just, you know, the police officer just kind of, oh, also there was like some talks about him being violent towards her, and yeah, the police officer just like kind of let them go. They didn't hold them into, you know, in custody or anything like overnight, but then yeah, that same night, I think that was the night when she disappeared. So yeah. And then, so there was an update. Read the letter found in Brian Laundrie's backpack from his mom, marked burn after reading. So what happened? So basically, after, you know, after Brian comes back to Florida, comes back home, and the search for Gabby is going on, and after they actually found the body, he actually disappears. Like, he goes on a run, like he just runs away. And it's like weeks before they find him somewhere in like swamps or something. Like, they finally find him, but he unfortunately also took his own life. And so he died, and he left behind some, you know, some items, his backpack and some notebook, where he was like his own diary, where he was like kind of, you know, documenting his last days. And then recently they found this, well, okay, so his parents were also charged with hiding the evidence and like just hiding the, you know, the suspect, or, you know, helping the fugitive run away, because, you know, we were pretty sure that, you know, it's pretty sure that they were helping him kind of stay under the radar, which on one hand, like, honestly, I do understand. Like, you know, I can understand that they, you know, it is their son. You know, I don't have children of my own, but like it is their son, and they are parents. You know, I can understand. Like, my mom would also probably want to help me out. You know, I mean, hopefully that never happens. I will never commit a crime, and I also hope that none of you guys will ever have to face that kind of situation. But they also helped him hide away. They were like not cooperative. They did not. They lied about knowing where Gabby is, and it's just, yeah, it's just terrible. So the mother of Brian Laundrie, the man who killed his fiancée Gabby Petito, and later himself in 2021, wrote to her son saying she would help him, quote, dispose of a body, or, quote, bake a cake with a file in it, end quote, to help him in jail, according to a copy of the undated letter obtained by CNN. Quote, I just want you to remember I will always love you, and I know you will always love me. You are my boy. Nothing can make me stop loving you. Nothing will or could ever divide us. No matter what we do, or where we go, or what we say, we will always love each other, end quote. Roberta Laundrie wrote in the letter. And, quote, if you're in jail, I will bake a cake with a file in it. If you need to dispose of a body, I will bring... I guess bring was like scratched out, but I will show up with a shovel and garbage bags, end quote. It says, with an apparent cross over the word bring, quote, if you fly to the moon, I will be watching the skies for your re-entry. If you say you hate my guts, I will get new guts, end quote. And she claimed that the letter was written before her son's trip with Gabby Petito, like, it was not related to Gabby. It had nothing to do with it. This was written before, and yet, on the envelope it says, mind you, on the envelope it says Brian Christopher Laundrie, and then burn after reading. Burn after reading. Like, that's ain't no way. I'm sorry, but it's just like very, very weak lie. I don't know. I think it's a lie. Because it's just too suspicious. Why would you write something like this and like specifically write burn after reading? So the letter also quoted from Romans in the Bible. Quote, "Nothing can separate us. Not hatred, not hunger, not homelessness, not threats, not even sin. Not the thinkable or unthinkable can get between us," end quote. The full language of the letter was revealed nearly 2 years after the young couple set off on a cross-country trip closely documented on social media that ended in tragedy. Brian Laundrie came home from the trip without Petito and disappeared several weeks later. Petito's remains were found in Wyoming at Wyoming's Bridger-Teton National Forest in September 2021, and her death was ruled a homicide by manual strangulation. Before taking his own life, Brian Laundrie wrote a note in a notebook that he was responsible for her death, according to the FBI. The letter was the subject of a hearing Wednesday in which Petito's parents argued it had relevance to their lawsuit brought against Brian's parents and former attorney for emotional distress. Yeah, because they were also helping him, and I'm pretty sure this was not, this was not written before this whole incident, but okay. The Petito family argues that Laundrie's parents and their attorney knew that Petito had been murdered and knew the location of her body when they issued a statement on September 14th, 2021 about the search for Petito. Yeah, and I remember this distinctly because what happened was, like, when Brian came home, like, mind you, he didn't tell anyone, as I said before, like, he did not tell anyone, and he was home for like 2 weeks before Gabby's parents realized that he is back and she's not with him. And they actually, like, Gabby's stepfather, I think it was stepfather, not father. No, actually it might have been father. But Gabby's father actually went to Brian Laundrie's, like, parents' house where he was staying. So Brian Laundrie's house, family home. And he literally, like, was asking them, hey, what is happening? Why is he here? Where is Gabby? What's going on? Tell me what happened. And they said, like, oh, we don't know, he came back alone and we have no idea what happened. And she stayed behind in, I don't remember like which state, but they actually did tell him, like, oh, they split along the way, and she didn't return with him. And they were, like, lying through their teeth, and they absolutely knew, like, come on, he did it. And he was home, he was back home, like, panicked probably for like 2 weeks. There's no way that he didn't talk about it. So is this case, it's closed. Like, it's closed. Like, he was responsible for Gabby's death. So it is closed, but now the parents, like Brian Laundrie's parents, are facing charges for basically, like, helping him out and being accomplices, because knowing about how he, killed her, and just, like, kind of hindering the investigation, basically, like, getting in the way of the investigation. Yeah, they were lying, because he knew where Gabby was, and he definitely, I don't know if he told them clearly, maybe he didn't tell them the exact location, but I don't know, I have a feeling that he absolutely told them what happened, and that she was dead, and that he was responsible, and they just decided to help him out and not tell. It's just so cruel, it's cruel that you see, like, Gabby's father on your doorstep, and he's in distress, he's crying, and he's begging you, because I remember, like, reading about it, and it was heartbreaking, because they were literally, like, he was begging them to tell him what happened, why is she not here, and where is she, or, like, he was just like, I'm not gonna do anything, to him, just tell me where my daughter is. And they would not tell them, and then they would just not, they would Brian's parents, they would also refuse to talk about when he disappeared, mind you, when he was on the run, they actually refused to talk to the police. Like, they would not say anything. They were just in their house all the time, and refused to talk to anyone, and did not cooperate. Even though I'm pretty sure, like, at first they were claiming, like, oh, we don't know, he just disappeared. They were like, oh, we don't know, we came back home and he was gone and we have no idea where he is, whoops. But yeah, they were not cooperative, and they refused to talk to the police or the investigators, the detectives. Yeah, so terrible. The Petito family argues that Laundrie's parents and their attorney knew that Petito had been murdered and knew the location of her body when they issued a statement on September 14th, 2021 about the search for Petito. That statement at the crux of the case said, in part, quote, "It is our hope that the search for Miss Petito is successful and that Miss Petito is reunited with her family," end quote. The judge has not yet ruled on the admissibility of Roberta Laundrie's letter. After a lengthy back and forth in court, both parties agreed that a confidentiality order was not necessary to keep the letter under seal once 12th Judicial Circuit Court Judge, oh my god, why is it such a long name? Long title. 12th Judicial Circuit Court Judge Danielle Brewer determined the letter could be relevant to the case and the plaintiff lawyers should at least get a copy. In court, Petito family attorney Patrick Rayleigh, argued the letter argued the letter was important in their lawsuit against the Laundrie family. Quote, as we all know, the letter references burying a body, bringing a shovel, and burying a body, he said. These are criminal acts, by the way, that Roberta Laundrie has said she would commit, end quote. Love the long names. Yay, the long titles. Long legal titles. It's terrible. Like, oh, sorry, I have to like turn on my AC because it's getting hot in here. See, I have to say, like, as twisted as it is, as, as terrible as their behavior was, and, just horrible decisions, as much as I see that, I also understand that they were, it was also panic, and it was also consideration of the fact that it's their son. So, like, they wanted to protect their son, and maybe he was panicked, maybe he was remorseful, maybe he was just, like, panicking that, oh my god, what have I done? What do I do now? Still cowardly, because you know what you've done, and you should take responsibility for that. But, I can understand that the parents were just kind of like, okay, this is our, we're not gonna turn away from our son, and we're gonna help you. Even though obviously I think it was the wrong decision. Not like the decision was wrong, not because they wanted to help him, but because of the way they wanted to help him. Like they chose, okay, we're gonna hide you and we're gonna help you escape. And I think on the run, like when he was on the run, he actually was trying to get to Mexico or somewhere. But yeah, it was a very poor decision, to help him in a way, instead of helping him by hiring an attorney and actually turning him in, but like, getting maybe, like guilty sentence, but expressing remorse and, or getting some kind of plea deal. I don't know, because those are on the table usually in those cases. Yeah, unfortunately, they made a different decision. They wanted to help him escape to Mexico, apparently. So, yeah. People who can't differentiate right from wrong should not have power over anyone. If you are willing to commit despicable acts without even the slightest amount of hesitation, you are awful. Well, I mean, okay, to be fair, like, I don't know what happened, because it's still ongoing, and we honestly will probably never know how it happened and if he was actually remorseful or not, because of the fact that he's also dead, that he took his own life. Maybe from the guilt, maybe from panic, maybe from whatever, from distress, maybe from, like, for selfish reasons, I don't know. But that just leaves kind of the whole case without answers, because like there are some questions that only Brian would be able to answer, and he's not here anymore, so that's very unfortunate. My boy is helpless and innocent. My boy needs me. Pathetic judge. What? Oh, that's wait, is it for is it that okay, his mom was not the judge, so I'm just saying. They chose the wrong, absolutely, they chose the wrong way. I agree, that's 100%, like I'm saying, I only understand that, okay, this was their feeling, this was their motivation, like, oh, we want to help our son, but you went the wrong way about it, completely wrong way. Like, that's not, like, think about the other family. Like, yes, I know this is your family and this is your son, but come on, like, as a parent, you can't understand, like, you have no, like, feeling of like compassion to the other family. Like their daughter was murdered, and like they couldn't find the body. And yeah, like, and this father is at your doorstep, like crying and begging you to like tell them something, and you refuse. That's shady. You're both right in my eyes. So what Lilith said is true, but Sona is right that we need facts and evidence before making a judgment. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, you know, like what I'm trying to do here. Like, unfortunate, like that's very unfortunate because, as I said, like some questions will probably never be answered, especially since the person at the center of it, so Brian, is no longer here, and we will not know what his state of mind was. We will not know unless they have some, like the parents have some kind of recording from these 2 weeks when he came back home without Gabby. If there is some kind of video recording or voice recording, maybe, but it doesn't seem like there is. That would kind of possibly give us a glimpse into like what was his state of mind and what was his attitude after committing the crime. But so far, I don't think we have that, so unfortunately. Oh wait, I forgot these are multiple updates. Yeah, that's multiple updates. That's not one case. That's a different case. Yeah, that's a completely different case. But that's pretty much it. That was the last case that I wanted to talk about. I will just, you know, kind of keep an eye on updates on what's happening, if there's gonna be something new. So far I don't think there is. I didn't see anything else, but we'll see. Still doesn't change the fact that it's a terrible case, and I remember like talking about it. I remember like seeing it on social media when it was like before they found the body, before they found Gabby, and it was pretty terrible because yeah, like it was just, I was seeing the kind of pleas from Shy also, I'm sorry, I just saw your also your donation. Thank you so much. I'll be lurking for a bit, Sona, but I'll be listening. Thank you so much. And yeah, I saw that now because I was covering it with covering my screen with the website, with the news website, with CNN. Would I interest you then in a cases from Philippines? Absolutely, you guys. If you have interesting cases that you would like me to talk about, either recent or, you know, old cases, I would be happy to talk about it. Just leave your cases, your suggestions in the comments under this video, or, you know, in the comments under any of my true crime videos, and I will be sure to check the cases out and see if I could cover them, if there's enough information. Because yeah, I saw, you know, like you guys often suggest some cases, and I see them. I do check them out, and some cases do have enough information for me to cover them. Some cases do not. So, you know, like I also choose which ones would be good to cover, or like which ones I can actually get enough information for. And what I have, did that guy had anger issues in this case? You mean Brian? It doesn't seem so. That's the thing. Hey, Teddy became a member. Thank you so much, and welcome to Even Angrier Mob. So Brian's case, like Brian was honestly a mystery, because from what I remember, like how this case happened, he didn't, like they were happy, like before the relationship was happy. There weren't any like reports on him being ever being aggressive towards Gabby, but that particular time, like August 2021, things were kind of getting you know, not great between them. So there were some reports, especially after that body cam footage from the police officer that pulled them over. It was just like there were reports that, okay, they did start arguing in a way that, he didn't support her idea, like for her career about like YouTube channel and stuff. And then, well, what he said, I remember like what he said was that she attacked him. It was kind of messy, like she attacked him and then he attacked her. Like it just got violent in August 2021, like that incident, it just got violent. they were kind of, you know, in that kind of, I don't know, like some kind of incident, and I think it just tipped him over the edge. And I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure, because as I said before, like some questions just can't be answered. It can only be answered by Brian, and unless they do have some evidence that we don't know about. Fabian has been a member for 2 months. Thank you so much. Just found this and wanted to use it. Yay, FEARSONA. Thank you so much. And wait, did the body get the proper burial they deserve? Yeah, because they found, you know, they found Gabby within weeks, and yeah, like from what I know, that there was like funeral, there was, you know, obviously autopsy. They did determine that she died by foul play, as I was reading in the article, by manual strangulation, and yeah, her body was just like left in you know, in the park, in the national park. But yeah, it's pretty terrible. We don't know what happens behind closed doors, to be fair. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely true. As I said, from what we know, from what the public knows, and what the family reported, and like both families reported, there were no like arguments or violent arguments between them, and nothing was wrong. But again, that is to the public. But behind closed doors, we don't know how it was. We don't know how the relationship like truly was. And probably we'll never know unless there is some physical evidence that we actually are not aware of. Yeah. Jasper, hi there. I've never been here before. I saw your YouTube ad and I thought it was interesting. So hi everyone. Hi, hello, welcome. Yeah, my YouTube ad lists out a certain mystery that certain problem, and you know, the mystery that I'm just going through and I'm trying to solve, and I need some help, but that will be revealed soon. So, you know, if you know, you know. Only the true answer lies on the other, on the one who's done it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, as I said, like, just unfortunately some answers we will just never get. Hey, Sona is a very interesting lady. I mean, I don't know if I'm that interesting. I know that some of the cases that I cover are interesting. Some of them are, you know, I mean, a lot of them are pretty terrible, and I apologize that, you know, you guys also have to go through it with me. I think there's an importance. Some of them are, you know, it's important to report on the cases because some of them, like, you know, for example, like the one that I reported on like a while ago, this was with my alt model, the case from Poland. One case, like 2 cases from Poland, 2 cases that are unsolved. One is Joanna Brylowska, and the other one is Katarzyna Zawada. And both were unsolved, and both, you know, like their families are still looking for answers. My point is, like, some of the cases that I cover because I want them to still stay relevant, because they are unsolved, and, you know, the families, friends, law enforcement, they're hoping to find some new evidence, and it is important for the cases to stay relevant and for people to be interested in those cases, because you never know who is watching. And someone out there might see something, some report, heck, even my stream, and think, oh, I actually know something in this case, or I now remember something. Like, I don't know, the Delphi murders. You know, someone was seeing reports on the case, and eventually, yeah, like a guy was arrested. I don't remember if the guy was charged. Like, the guy was definitely charged in the murder of Abby and Libby, but I think the trial is still going on, or like it's about to start, and for now there was like a gag order, so we don't really know what's happening. But yeah, you know, as horrible as some of the cases are, I think sometimes, yeah, it's you know, it has to be said. I also got here through an ad, although that was months ago. Yay! We wouldn't be able to know these cases if you don't ever put a light under the cases. Yeah, like as I said, like some of the cases, yeah, like they're more kind of like well known, like the Zodiac case, you know, the Zodiac or Ted Bundy, or those are like widely explored and widely covered. like all the time, but there are some lesser known cases that still need answers, and they just kind of go into, after a while, you know, after the emotions kind of subside, like they go into the corner, and you know, news media just stop reporting on them. Law enforcement is still working on them, or even they kind of like push them into the side, you know, unless the public is like interested and demands that there's something done in those cases. So that's why I think that it's important to cover some of those that are lesser known, and maybe they are, you know, they're just being pushed to the side. Everybody got here through an ad. Maybe not everyone, but yeah, like I think a lot of you guys did get here through an ad. Okay, so that's how I got this channel myself. Yay! Well, the ad is working. The ad is working. I'll be revealing some stuff soon, so you guys can sit tight. That will be, you know, I can't talk about it openly just yet. You know, there's a certain level of risk. I can't just like say everything right now. What was going on in the ad? Like, what was happening? Why was I being so cryptic, not cryptid. I was being encrypted. I was being cryptid in my ad, but you know, the secret is gonna be revealed soon. Okay, and that is it for today, actually. I think I saw this channel in a dream first. Oh yeah. There's there's I think, wait, dream? Oh no, wait, Remy. I was thinking of another VTuber. Never mind. I saw this channel in a dream. Oh, wait, in your dream, like an actual dream? Wait a minute. Are you? Oh, okay. Are you dreaming about me? I see how it is. Nightmares? Nightmare, perhaps? But Sona got confused. I got super confused. I was just like, what's happening? I'm wheezing. The dream ads. Oh, the dream. What? Oh, what? Wait, am I confused with my own ads? Damn. Did I have it? Because I had a few of them. Never mind. What a wild stream this turned out. Yeah, that's, you know, we went through kind of irresponsible drinking or like dangerous TikTok trends to, you know, to someone opening the emergency door on a plane, on a flying plane, to pretty depressing stuff. I hope you guys will, you know, keep checking updates on those cases. And if you know something, then contact the authorities, because you know, I'm pretty sure they need in either of those cases, you know, the Gabby Petito case or Natalie Holloway case. Please do contact the authorities, because I think they will value every piece of evidence they can get. Okay, so many cases that made us think about life. You guys, I can just hope that you guys will be safe out there, you'll be responsible, and you will not do stupid things. Please think about what happened in these cases, and you know, just be smart. Just be smart, just be responsible, and be safe. Okay, that's it. So thank you so much for today. Stay safe out there. Always lock your doors and windows. Bury your haxes. Until the next time. Bye.